Last week, the largest German TV station, ZDF, showed the documentary Macht Mensch Putin, the power person Putin, an incredible example for bad propaganda war. The declared aim of the filmmakers was to show, in a very offensive and at the same time boring way, to answer the question, who is Mr. Putin? And what you see is a fake, a very cheap fiction film instead of a documentary, and a lot of lies. One has to feel sorry about the Germans. Our correspondent Antov Ladov was meeting up with one of the people taking part in the film. Machine guns, tanks, rocket propellers. With a frequency of 15 seconds, German journalists repeat that this is supposedly proof that the Russians are burning down the Donbass. Here you see some barns burning, here you see a high-rise building that is hit, and there you just see something burning. On the hunt for dramatic images, the authors of the German film didn't even take care what badges these people are wearing. They suggest are Russian soldiers. Here you see fighters that are firing out of a hideout. The camera is shaking, but look, on the left shoulder of the soldier we see a Ukrainian insignia. In the case that some of the viewers are realizing this, the voice in the off is making things clear. Many members of the Russian army are taking part in the combat actions. Igor, that's the way we call him, he is a volunteer. He is fighting on the side of the separatists and he is proud of it. We are about 400 to 500 people in our battalion. All combined on the whole front, we are maybe 20 to 30,000 fighters. Actually, I was just lying the way he told me. He told me that I would get my money if the interview would be finished. He wanted me to tell that the Russian army is fighting in Donbass. That's him, the so-called volunteer, which the German TV station decided to call Igor. His real name is Yuri Ologevich Labiskin. He was born in 1988, he is unemployed and from Kaliningrad. The German journalist Dietmar and a team from Germany should come. The men told me, we want to film you. We need a documentary showing that you came from Kaliningrad as a fighter to Donetsk. Here's the script. He told me that I supposedly was injured, although I never was injured at all. How did the man introduce himself? He introduced himself as Bob. He said that he would pay me 50,000 rubles for a week of work. Bob, that is Valery Bovkov, the Russian-speaking director and producer in one person. The German TV station sent him to Donbass in order to film a made-up story. In these pictures here he's showing the actor Yuri how he has to carry a machine gun in front of the camera. What we are seeing now is the unused and unedited raw material, a copy of which Yuri kept for himself. Out of this material the German journalist chose the images they needed. Listen exactly. The actor is always forgetting his text. The director gives him directions out of the off and whispers the text to him. I'm happy, I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm a member of the battalion Vostok. There are they. Go there. When the film was screened on German TV, all these directions were covered by dramatic sound and the voice of the speakers. Here the same moment. We accompany him to a checkpoint of the separatists, where he's controlling vehicles. Look, here I'm carrying a machine gun, and a second later I'm carrying an assault weapon that they gave me. The interview was led by Dietmar Schumann. At the TV station ZDF, he is responsible for programming about foreign policies. Every detail of the story of the volunteers from Russia, the filmmakers planned point by point. He found a young woman and paid her about 2,000 to 3,000 rubles to play my wife. Me, myself, I don't have kids. But he said the kid has to be in front of the camera, so that everything looks a little bit more dramatic. Here we see you going to the district registration office of the army. He told me that I should just go in and go out again. I went in, I was standing a little bit around in the corridor and went out again. Kaliningrad, Soviet Street 200. Here's the district registration office, where our protagonist supposedly was hired as a fighter for the Donbass. We do an experiment. I went inside and say I'm a volunteer who wants to go to Donbass. I will go in with a hidden camera and will see what they tell me there. Right away one tells me no chance. Which Donbass? Here you can only register as a regular soldier. Do you think we are Blackwater here? We don't have any units in the Donbass. Who told you this nonsense? The filmmakers didn't hide their agenda. That's what the German journalist Boris Reitschuster told after the film had been broadcasted. Too many people in Germany support Putin. I would like to see politics to get a little bit more hardcore. It's still too soft. There should be more sanctions. Although the German journalists tried very hard to display Russia as the root cause for global evil, the film became a flop. Less than half of the average viewers saw this documentary.
Антон Лядов, Юрий Марченко, Владимир Климов и Александр Коростелев. Вести недели.